if you need to rewire, if you need to do any plumbing or any of that sort, you want to get that first, just in case you want to break any walls.
We are here in Northeast Columbia in the Summit neighborhood. This house that we actually just closed on has been a long-term follow-up process. The seller reached out to us through our website towards the end of last year. In that time period, they were looking for a new place to live. They wanted to sell. They'd made the decision, but they needed a little bit of extra time to figure out where they're going to relocate. So we signed the contract, put it at a 6-month period to give them time to readjust. And finally, we were able to get this thing to the closing table where we closed on this last week. So this is a acquisition cost of $68,000. Once we get in here, we're looking at probably about $19,000 rehab, depending where we come out on scope. But at the end of the day, once we get this up to current market value, our after repair value is about $130,000, $135,000. But good chance if we put it on the market at $139,000, we're probably going to get offers above asking in this hyper competitive real estate market. So let's take a look. We're meeting our contractor Red over here so we can go through, check out the scope. I know they're almost done painting and we should be in progress to start laying the floor as soon as tomorrow. Let's check it.
Together, working on getting this house put together. We're almost, at the dead end. Just about to switch out these floors. Done with this painting over here. We should be closing out today on all this painting, all these cabinets. Bringing this old house back to life, man. You know what I mean?
Would you consider this a lipstick job? Just come in here, paint, flooring, and
more or less. We consider these more of an upgrade job because these houses are a little older than what we assume they are, and a lot of things need to be updated as far as the painting goes. Appliances, you got old countertops that need to be changed. The flooring is buckling, so it's just through time. These things through time happen. So we just bring them back, resuscitate them, as we say.
Yeah.
But nothing out of the ordinary. Great area, great house. Pretty simple to work in. Not such a big project. But I mean, we're detailed about it.
Yeah.
We make sure everything gets done right and things look beautiful at the end.
I love it.
Doesn't need to look outdated. Makes it look brand new.
Let's walk through your process for like a newer investor that's wanting to get in. They're like, hey, want to flip a house? I wouldn't even know where to start once I close. So like from top to bottom, explain kind of where you walk through, why you're starting with painting the ceiling first, working your way down, and how you facilitate.
Correct.
That.
Well, walking in here first, what you want to do is you want to make sure that all your electrical's good. You want to make sure all your lights are good, before you start getting into painting and all that stuff. If you need to rewire, if you need to do any plumbing or any of that sort, you want to get that first, just in case you want to break any walls or have to do any rewiring or any re-plumbing, you can get that first. Then you start closing out all your walls. You make sure all your nail holes are out, all your walls are pretty flush, everything's pretty neat before you start putting paint on them. You make sure that everything gets covered up, everything that needs to be taken out gets taken out, and then once you get that, then you start painting your ceilings first. From when you're done with your ceilings, you start spraying out your trims, everything around your doors, baseboards, any of that kind of stuff. And then you go into the broad spectrum of the painting. You go ahead and you start doing all your walls, everything that you can do, start cutting up. And once all your paint is done, then you start working on your flooring. Start your installs. You start your flooring, you're done with your flooring. In this case, it's not much flooring I'm doing, so I'm really moving back and forth between the paint. I've got my helper doing the painting, and I'm beginning all the installs now, which are all the lightings. All my electrical is good, so we have no problem. We don't have to run any electrical or anything. So we just went ahead and started on all the lighting and all that stuff. Other than that, then the walkthrough is pretty simple. Once we get through this and we get through all the flooring and all that, we go ahead and we finish all the little installs, toilets, vanities if we have any baseboards that need to be put in, quarter rounds or anything just to seal the floor down. And to the final touch-up, we'll go ahead and do all the little touch-ups, all the little square areas that we need to take care of to close out. Then we work our way to the outside. Once we close out the inside, we're outside, we're making sure our concretes are good, our handrails are good, they're in good shape. They gotta pass inspections, make sure that they're safe for anybody who's buying them or any other people that are living here. any exits or crevices that are outside for critters, we need to make sure we close them up before we put any paint or any cleaning on the house. We've got a few of them in this one over here where we got some small areas that we need to cover up. Nothing out of this world, vinyl siding, which is pretty easy. But we'll go ahead and take care of that to make sure that we keep the house very insulated and we don't have anything going out or anything coming back in. Once we take care of that, we'll go ahead and touch up paint. We'll pressure wash the outside, fix any soffits, any fascias that need to be taken care of, and we'll close out with that. Other than that, then you know, the rest is up to the landscaper. Take care of the landscape and just make the house look pretty on the outside. And that's basically about it, you know.
Boom. That's
nothing.
Roll up and put a sign in the front yard.
Absolutely.
Set that boy in the
Absolutely. Yep. We come in here with a plan to make sure that that we're very time efficient.
Yeah.
You know, time is money for us and time is money for our investors also. So they want to make sure that they're in and out. We make sure that we let them know exactly what the house needs and what it doesn't need. So they're not cracking their heads on, you know, what they're trying to buy and what they're trying to invest in, and pretty much know what they're looking to invest in the house, the final price. But other than that, we come in here and we make sure that we deliver. You know, and the shorter the time, the better it is. The quicker it's on the market, the better it is for all of us. So that's our game plan. You know,
yeah.
That's our game plan. Always coming into these places, and I'm happy to oblige.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get it.
Yep.
Bro.